If you're an insurance broker and you're not on YouTube yet, you're leaving a serious amount of money on the table. And I know you're probably thinking, but YouTube is for vlogs, it's for gaming, it's what people watch for entertainment. It's not where they go to get their insurance. But the reality is that people use YouTube for everything in their life. It dictates where they go, what they do, and who they buy from. We've scaled businesses from scratch to making $500,000 in revenue in its first year, and it's all from YouTube. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact strategy which you can use as an insurance broker to generate leads and bring in clients through YouTube. Let's get into it. So let's get started with the main reasons that YouTube works so well for insurance brokers. And the first thing is trust. So before anyone buys insurance, they're going to look across the market, they're going to see who stands out, and they're going to go with the one that they trust the most. So if you have YouTube videos where you can show yourself on camera, you can relate to them and you can make them feel like they can trust you, they're going to go with you over other options. As well as this, YouTube also handles objections in advance. So when you're making content, you're going to naturally cover things that people would normally ask or they would query when they're having a call with you. So if your content handles that in advance, the objection never even arises in the first place. Another benefit is that your content compounds, so videos you upload now will still bring you in leads and clients in 2, 3, 5 years from now. If you're creating evergreen content, this means it can be watched at any time and it'll still be relevant, and obviously that's the type of videos we want to be making. It also simplifies complex topics, so obviously insurance is quite a complex topic. There's so many things that people need to understand, but people don't want to sit and read a 3,000 word blog post. That's too much information and they don't care. But they also can't get enough information from a 30 or 60-second Instagram reel or TikTok, because that's gone too far the other way, where there's only so many things that you can say. But a YouTube video is a nice middle ground. It feels personal and personable because you're on camera, you're speaking, and it's much easier to extract the information from that as a viewer than it is from any other form of content. And the two final benefits are that YouTube acts as a search engine, so people are actively looking for insurance and answers to their questions that they have around insurance, and they're doing it on YouTube. So when these people are looking up these questions or queries, they're actively looking for solutions. So if you can make a video that provides answers to what they want to know, they're going to go with you. And finally, the main benefit is that there's little to no competition. Most insurance brokers don't even know that you can use YouTube to sign clients, let alone are actively using the platform to do that. So if you can get ahead of the curve and start to use YouTube now, you can dominate your niche and really become the go-to option in your industry. But as well as all of those benefits, the best part is you don't need to go viral. So going back to what I said at the start, where most people hear YouTube and they think of gaming videos or people uploading travel vlogs, that's not what we're trying to do here. We're not trying to get 1 million views. We're not trying to become an influencer or a local celebrity. We're trying to create content which provides genuine value to the viewer. And because of that, as I've said here, 1,000 views from people in your area shopping for coverage are worth more than 100,000 views from random people who will never buy from you. So what that means is we want to be making videos that are targeting your ICP. The videos won't get millions of views, but they'll be targeting the exact people that have their hand in their pocket ready to hand you money. And this is where niche content comes in. So the more specific you can get, the more qualified your viewers are. So uploading a video on the best travel insurance to get as an American citizen going to Thailand, that's a really niche persona. So that video is not going to go viral, but anyone that watches that video is clearly in that exact situation, looking for a solution for them. So you can imagine the rate at which that converts. And like every form of marketing, you want to focus on the business metrics. So no one cares about views, followers, likes, what comments, whatever else you get on social media. We care about how many leads are you getting per 100 views, how many views do you need to get to sign a client, how long does it take you to upload content, can you push more content out because you know that from every X amount of views you get X amount of leads, and so on and so forth. So with all that being said, let me now explain how a YouTube sales funnel actually works. So someone's going to go onto the YouTube homepage, and then YouTube is going to feed them content which it thinks is relevant to them. And the algorithm is smart enough that it knows if someone's buying a house and they need house insurance, YouTube's algorithm knows about it. If someone's going on holiday and they need travel insurance, YouTube knows about it. If someone's looking at a new car, they need car insurance, YouTube knows about it. So it can naturally then filter your content to these people. And if your title and your thumbnail appeals to them, which if you're targeting your ICP, it should, then they're going to click and watch your content, because naturally if you're providing value in the video, someone feels like they know you, they start to trust you, and you grow as an authority figure. From there in the video you can promote a lead magnet, so that could be a PDF of everything you need to know about insurance, it could be a consultation call, it could be a questionnaire, any of these things, but essentially what you want to do is get people's contact details so you can put them through your normal funnels as if they came from any other form of marketing, so whether that's paid ads, referrals, or however else you're currently getting clients. And then from there, ultimately, you're going to want to get them on a sales call. So now let's talk about the numbers behind all of this and what you can actually expect. So for an example, let's say you're an insurance broker and your average commission is $500 per policy. So if just 1% of viewers that watch your videos click through to your website and request a quote, and you have a 25% close rate on those quotes, which is roughly industry standard. Yours might be higher than that, it might be lower than that. But for this example, let's say it's 1 in 4 people. That means that with just 1,000 YouTube views a month, you could be signing 2 to 3 new clients every month, which results in $1,000 to $1,500 added to your business each month. And that's just from 1,000 views. Imagine what would happen if you were getting 5,000 views, 10,000 views. The revenue is just going to multiply by the exact same factors. And this relates back to what I said earlier about evergreen content. So at the start, when you're uploading 4 videos, they're going to need to get 250 views a month in order to hit that 1,000. But in month 3 and month 6, you've already got 12 or 24 videos uploaded, and they're going to be getting views forever, which means not only are you going to need less views in order to hit your quota, but you can increase the amount of views you're getting on a monthly basis, and as a result, your revenue. So now let's talk about the types of videos you want to be uploading, because as I've said throughout this, we're not trying to go viral, we're trying to sign clients, and the very first step of that is the type of videos that you're making. So if you want to skip the hard part of figuring this out for yourself, I've put together 12 free video ideas which you can get using the link in the description. It's enough for your first 3 months of content, and they're specifically designed to bring you leads. But in general, there are 3 main types of videos that you want to be making, and they are search-based content, educational content, and objection handling content. So let's start with the search-based content. As I've said here, these are videos that rank in YouTube search and bring in people who are actively looking for help. So some examples of the titles could be how to choose health insurance in Canada, what to do after a car accident in Ireland, is Medicare or Medicaid better for young adults in the US? So because people are actively looking for these questions, you can just make the question the title, and when they're looking for the solution, if your video comes up and provides the solution with the CTA of how to take the next step, they're going to trust you and they're going to take that next step, resulting in business for you. The next video is educational content. So this is where you can break down complex things about insurance or all of the things that you deal with in simple terms and in an easy to understand way. They're also going to be like your typical YouTube videos where it's like the slightly more clickbaity title, and it's not things that people are going to be searching for, but as I said earlier, YouTube's algorithm knows people's situations and is going to feed these to the relevant people. So to give you 3 examples of what you could make, it could be don't get travel insurance for Africa until you watch this video, what every New Yorker renter needs to know about insurance, and 5 signs that your UK business needs business insurance. So all of those, as you can see, is probably not things people are going to be searching for, but anyone in those exact situations, if they see that title come up, they're going to click it because it really appeals to them and they're going to want to know what you have to say. The third piece of content then, the objection handling content. So this is going to address the most common reasons people hesitate around insurance. So you could make videos like, is life insurance actually worth it for the average American? How much does car insurance really cost in New Zealand? And do I really need umbrella insurance in the UK? So you're going to present like a balanced argument depending on where you're from. You can't sway too much in people's opinion on saying you really 100% need insurance, but you're going to give a balanced view, give the benefits of insurance and the cons of not having insurance, and then present, as always, the next steps, which is going to be your CTA. For other businesses, there is a 4th type of content which I would recommend, but it's not really applicable to insurance brokers. It would be case study or social proof videos. So as a random example, if you're someone that teaches people how to drive, it could be how Zach passed his driving test first time. But for insurance brokers, the equivalent to that would be how Sarah saved $1 million on her healthcare by having insurance. You can't really make those type of videos because people aren't going to want to share their private details, but if by any chance you know someone that would be interested in making that video for you, it's the best form of social proof you can have, but for insurance brokers, it's going to be very hard to do. So now let's talk about how to turn viewers into consultations, because ultimately it's all good if people watch your videos, but we want to make money. So how we do this is by having a structured video which looks something like this. So the hook will be the first 30 seconds or so. It's really concise and to the point and captures the viewer's attention. It should also reiterate the title to make sure that they know why they've clicked the video, and it should also include some form of social proof which shows people that they can trust you. After that, you're going to want to get into the first part of the body, so this should be the first 2 to 4 minutes, and it's essentially just the start of the video. But the reason I've broken it up is because you want to have a mid-video CTA. So the reality is, no matter how good your video is, people aren't going to watch it to the end. That's just the reality. Only about 25% of people will actually make it to the final minute. So if you only have a CTA at the very end telling people how to take the next step, most people are never going to hear it. So that's why you want to have a mid-video CTA, which is around 2 to 4 minutes into the video, around 30%, really quick, straight to the point, and it should feel natural and not an obvious interruption in the video, because this just gives people the chance to click off. After that then, you're going to want to continue with the rest of the body, and I've put 7+ minutes here because your video should be at least 10 minutes. You don't want to make videos any shorter than that because it doesn't give people enough time to trust you, but you don't really want to make videos that are 3 hours long either, because no one's going to watch a video on insurance for 3 hours. That's just the reality. And then at the end, you're going to have your outro and your CTA, which is just going to be a slightly longer version of the mid-video CTA. You can focus on the pain points and really sell the benefits of insurance, and then obviously present the next step to click the link in the description. So talking a bit more about the CTAs, because ultimately this is how we make money from YouTube. If people don't click the link in the description, we're not making anything out of it. So your CTAs need to be really good, and they need to have 3 main things. They should present the problem, give a clear next step, and be low commitment from the viewer. So in terms of presenting the problem, what I mean by that, if we go back to the example of don't buy travel insurance for Africa until you've watched this video, at the end your pain points can be you don't want to end up getting food poisoning and having to pay massive hospital bills. You don't want to end up having your bag stolen and then having no luggage, and all of the other things that people rely on insurance for, because then you can say, but if you have travel insurance, you're covered for all of these, so you can travel stress-free. You don't have to worry about any of this. If anything goes wrong, we'll handle it for you. Give a clear next step will always just be to click the link in the description. No matter what it is you're offering, that's always what we're going to get people to do here. And when I say it should be low commitment, what I mean by that is it should be free, and it should be a no-brainer to make that move. So it shouldn't be asking them to sign up to the policy straight away. It could be to fill in a questionnaire and you'll get back with the best thing that's right for them. It could be a free consultation call where you'll talk through their situation and see what they need. Or it could be a PDF with everything you need to know about travel insurance or anything like that. But it should be really easy for them to think, yeah, this is worth it. It's not taking anything away from me, and it's only going to benefit me. So now that we know how to make money from YouTube, how can we do this? And the way you do it is by having a content production system. I've put 3 points down here about how you can do this, and the first one I want to talk about is the middle one, the content catalog. So over the last few weeks or months, you probably get asked the same questions over and over again. So you can just take these things and make them into your first batch of videos. If people are asking you them, they're going to be searching for them, and therefore if you can answer the questions, as I've said throughout this, they're going to trust you and they're going to go with you. So that's how you can really quickly come up with video ideas that are worth making. Plus, if any people then ask you this question down the line, you can refer them to this video, which is going to answer in a lot more detail than if you just answered their email with a simple paragraph. The next part is batching content. So it's much easier to record if you do it in batches. So let's say you're uploading weekly. If once a month you sit down to record 4 videos in one day, and that's going to be much easier than if you were to record 1 video at a time every single week. And finally, consistency beats perfection. So we're not trying to do a Hollywood level production here, so don't get too caught down on making it perfect. A video that is 8 out of 10 every single week is better than a video that is 10 out of 10 once a month. As I've said here, people that are successful on YouTube aren't the ones that are the fanciest, it's the ones who show up consistently. So make sure you're getting content out there as much as possible. Now look, you can definitely take everything I've given you here today and start YouTube for yourself, but the truth is that this is a generic strategy that can be applied to any insurance broker in the entire world. It doesn't consider your niche, industry, area, and naturally a general plan might not work for everyone. So if you want me to map out a personalized strategy for your insurance company on YouTube, you can click the link in the description to book in a free strategy call with me, where we'll go through your current situation, identify where the biggest opportunities are on YouTube, and give you the roadmap of how we can help you get there. So again, click the link in the description, and if you want to see how to add $10,000 to your business with just 1,000 YouTube views, watch this video next.